When you hear the name Hubble, the first thing that comes to your mind is probably the space telescope and the fact that he was a famous astronomer. Though this is true, just calling him famous is a huge understatement. He gave us classifications of the galaxies and even the Big Bang Theory we believe in and trust today. Edwin Hubble was born on November 29, 1889 in Marshville, Missouri. Throughout school, he got good grades in every subject except spelling. In high school, young Hubble was an athlete, winning many awards in track, as many as 7 first places in one meet. He also practiced amateur boxing as a hobby. Once he hit college, though, his studies took a shift toward the stars. His dream was to be a scientist, and he followed that dream at first by going to the University of Chicago. His focuses there were mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy, good subjects to concentrate on for the man who would later go on to shatter our conception of the universe, its size, and its contents. His dying father, however, pulled him away from these studies for a while with a simple request. Hubble's love of basketball and boxing, and the fact that he excelled in them, he got the Rhodes Scholarship to Oxford. His father had never understood Edwin's love of astronomy and wanted his son to study law rather than any science. He carried out that wish at Oxford, but also studied literature and Spanish. After returning home to the U.S. in 1913, he passed the bar and practiced law for about a year, getting very bored very quickly. The same time as when he was half-heartedly practicing law, Hubble was a high school teacher and a basketball coach. He taught Spanish, physics, and math. In that year's yearbook, there was a dedication statement saying, "To our beloved teacher of Spanish and physics, who has been loyal to us in our senior year, ever willing to cheer and help us both in school and on the field, we, the class of 1914, lovingly dedicate this book." Once the school year was over, Hubble moved on to what he really wanted to do and began his Ph.D. in astronomy, also leaving law as an unpleasant memory of his past. In 1917, George Hale, founder of Mount Wilson Observatory, invited Hubble to join the staff there, but he declined to go off to World War I after quickly finishing his Ph.D. thesis and taking an oral exam. After 2 years, he returned to the U.S. and showed up at the observatory still in his uniform, ready to observe. His main rival here was Harlow Shapley, who had calculated the size of the Milky Way. At this time, it was still believed that the Milky Way was all there was to the universe, and that everything else was dust and gas in our galaxy. He spent many nights at the very powerful Hooker telescope, wanting and trying to prove Shapley wrong about the size of our universe. He claimed that victory in 1923 by seeing a Cepheid star, one whose light varies over time. That discovery made it possible for Hubble to calculate that star's distance from Earth. After careful study, he placed that star about 1 million light-years away, putting it in its own galaxy with millions of other stars. His discovery expanded the universe very dramatically that day and changed the world of astronomy.